News Without Borders.
Throughout the world, almost 2 million girls are circumcised every year, in a cultural and sometimes deadly rite of passage. Now, one African woman living in Denmark has decided to fight back.
Jeg sagde til min mor, jeg vil gerne arbejde for at stoppe omskæring af kvinder. Og hun græd. Og så mit barn, det skal du ikke.
Join Kate Kendall as she embarks on a dangerous journey home to confront one of the most sensitive rituals of her childhood.
Wednesday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Pacific.
Je n'ai jamais torturé personne parce que je voulais le punir. J'ai sauvé en interrogeant des gens, même avec brutalité, même jusqu'à leur mort. Eh bien, j'ai sauvé un nombre considérable de vies humaines, un nombre considérable. Voilà.
French General Paul Osores is celebrating his 86th birthday with friends at a shooting party. 50 years ago, he was personally involved in the torture and killing of prisoners during the Algerian War of Independence. It was an early experiment in anti-guerrilla warfare, where the French army resorted to widespread use of torture to gain intelligence and help suppress Muslim insurgents.
Le gouvernement français avait dit qu'il faut détruire à tout prix l'organisation qui pose les bombes. Ça veut dire à tout prix. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire à tout prix?
In the 1950s, Algeria, then a part of metropolitan France, was beset by guerrilla attacks from the Algerian National Liberation Front, the FLN. Osres and his secret intelligence unit was tasked with breaking the Muslim insurgents in the city of Algiers.
Quand j'étais dans la résistance, qui avait été capturé par les nazis et torturé. Oui, je savais qu'en utilisant les mêmes méthodes que les nazis, j'arriverais à un résultat.
In Algeria, the French favored physical torture. They pioneered the use of electric shock. It was administered by wires from a field telephone attached to various parts of the anatomy, including the genitalia.
The electric shock is very unpleasant, you know. It's very unpleasant. So it does not kill. But the man who was victimized by such a shock wants it to stop.
I couldn't see anything but just sparks, light and sparks, and this impression of having your eyes bulging out of your face. It's very painful.
Henri Alleg was the editor of an Algerian newspaper supporting independence. In 1957, he was arrested and tortured repeatedly.
After a few days of torture, one of the paratroopers of the torture said to a man who was there, "Well, here he is, mon commandant, Osores." He said in a very soft voice to me, "We have to know everything, so you must help us."
Torture using water was the other common technique. The prisoner was held down and water from a hose poured down his throat. Osores would increase the flow until the prisoner either talked or drowned.
Eh bien, le type hochait la tête, il ne voulait pas parler. Alors je disais à celui qui avait le tuyau, je lui dis, mais lui encore de l'eau. Je faisais cela sans plaisir, mais je savais qu'il fallait que le type parle vite.
The Villa Susini was a French army interrogation center in Algeria.
It was a sort of, say, a workshop for torture. At night, they would come with a big lorry with 100 people in pyjamas, night dress, and started torturing people.
Merwan Rania was an FLN guerrilla. Age 16, she was arrested and brought to the Villa Susini.
I was waiting here and heard cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. They undressed me to torture me. He said, "Do you know how to dance?" I said, "No, I don't know how to dance." And he said, "You're going to dance well, aren't you?" He brought a lot of wires. There was an electric plug here. I felt my whole body throbbing. It was terrible. When it was over, I cried.
Henri Pouillot took notes of confessions made during torture sessions. Sometimes the torturers used sex to deliberately humiliate their Muslim prisoners.
J'ai assisté à des scènes qui, justement, sur ces questions d'atteinte sexuelle.
I was present at some of the sexual abuse, like one prisoner being forced to masturbate another and indeed rape him.
Y compris de le violer. Alors c'est vrai que les militaires avaient du mal souvent à le faire.
Soldiers hated doing this as it repulsed them and wasn't something that could be easily forced, so it was difficult to achieve.
Des hommes à le faire, que c'était difficile souvent à obtenir.
You find these French techniques today in Iraq.
Aujourd'hui en Irak.
Since the war in Iraq, this film, The Battle of Algiers, has been shown at the Pentagon to demonstrate how not to treat an Arab population. Those who were in Algeria at the time vouched for its accuracy.
La bataille d'Alger est très bon parce qu'il se rapproche de façon considérable de la vérité, notamment en ce qui concerne les séances d'interrogation.
Osores believes that information derived from torture played a vital role in crushing the FLN in Algiers.
Either directly, the man involved was talking, or when he died, it was an example. I feel I was successful all the time. All the time.
But in the long term, such methods were seen as counterproductive and strengthened the nationalist movement. Algeria gained independence in 1962. Following his service in Algeria, Osores was promoted to general and received the highest French accolade, the Légion d'honneur. The French government sent him to instruct at military academies around the world.
He was a professor of torture in different countries, starting with the United States in the time of the War of Vietnam, in Chile, in Brazil, in Argentina.
But in 2002, General Osores found himself in court for writing a book about his experiences in Algeria. Aged 83, he received a suspended sentence, not for torturing, but for trying to justify his use of torture in